Gotta trust the process so you can offset stress from the pressure. So you don't have to question if you measure up to your standard of perfection. Fuck the bread, where I got my time invested. Instead of worrying about my competition, keep my pen in compositions. Make something healthy, niggas cop to listen.
Peace. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Shop on Raheem Blake TV. Whether you true here, you new here, or just strolling through here, welcome. So let's get into it. Oh, by the way, before we even get into the topics today, I just want to say going forward, I'm gonna start dropping these Let's Talk Shop joints on Mondays. It was supposed to be every Friday, but I'm gonna just stick to Mondays. You don't even, I'm just know I'm sticking to Mondays. I'm not even gonna get into why. I'm just sticking to Mondays, so just know that. So Primo and Nas. Let me also say Nas is my favorite rapper, by the way, too. Nas is my favorite rapper. Best rappers come from Queens. Queens get the money all day. So let's get that out the way first. I'm very pleased with what he's done for the last 5 years, man. The King's Disease joints, Magic, which is my favorite album that he's dropped throughout this whole like all these projects he's been dropping like the last 3 to 4 years, but no, probably 4 or 5. Magic's probably my favorite. But this new joint that he did with him and Primo is pretty dope, man. It's pretty dope. I'm still digesting it. I'm one of those types of people like I can listen to it like the first half of an album or just like a few joints off of it and let that digest and then start getting more into the album. Cause me personally, I like albums that have like 10, 11, 12 joints on it. I don't like albums that have like a bunch of songs. This one has like 15, I think. But I'm still digesting on the album. But from what I've heard, it's pretty dope. I wish the beats were a little bit harder. I'm not gonna lie. For this to be the first and only project that him and Primo have done before, I thought they would have been harder, but it's still pretty good. Because if you know anything about Primo, he's had the group home. The group home is probably like his best display of producing and beat making was the group home joints. I think other rappers should have gotten those beats personally, but whatever. Cause they were just that potent that you had to have like real. Even though like group home they nice, but sometimes something's above your pay grade, nigga. Like we know this that uncut, nigga. You need somebody that can dance on it, that can tap dance on these joints, on these beats. The group home, what he's done with Big, the Nas joints that he did. I thought the beats could have been a little bit harder, but I still liked them. Writers is probably my favorite. Writers and Sons is probably like my 2 favorite songs on the joint. So let's take it slow. Like I said, I'm still listening to the album, but I'll just let you know based on what I've heard so far and what I'm fucking with so far. My favorite joint is Sons. That's probably my favorite song off the album. And if we're being honest, bro, I actually shed a tear listening to that song because if you know a lot about Nas's catalog, like somebody like me, you know that he made a song called Daughters, which was on the Life is Good album, where he was talking about his daughter. His daughter Destiny is what inspired the song, but he made a song just talking about daughters, like girl fathers, and he, it was basically like, salutes, fathers raising daughters. It was a song just about the, what goes with, fathers raising, and the trials and tribulations and the good and the bad that comes with raising daughters as a man. But with this, he made a song focusing on sons. And what I really enjoyed about that song is the fact that I feel like we don't really hold down our sons the way we should. Like our young boys growing up, especially young black boys, we don't really hold them down the way we should, and we alienate them a lot. And it's always about the girls and making sure the girls is good and making sure they're safe and what's going on with their mental and all this stuff. But I feel like with the boys, like with men in general, but especially with black boys, we kind of just lead them to fend for themselves, and we don't really give them the ability to you know, we don't really give them like, that safety and that security and that patience and that understanding that we give to females. So that was really powerful, because when I heard the song, it made me think of my nephew. It made me think of my friends that have sons. It made me think about when I was little, like when I was young, and yeah, you're still coming into your own, and you understand how the world works, and you still have your innocence and potential and that sort of thing, and you see how a lot of these boys grow up when they become adults. Everything's always linked to your childhood and what your upbringing was like. Your upbringing is what molds you into the person that you are. Before you listen to music and politics and television and mind control and all that, it all starts in the house and your upbringing, how your parents were with you. So I just thought that was really powerful how you made a song talking about sons, and we got to make sure we take care of our sons and we're taking care of young boys. Even when we see young men, that's why even with young boys, man, I try to help when I can. Whether it's just giving them good advice or sometimes even bread. That's why, like, with my little cousins and my nephews and my friends' sons, I look at them as like my little brothers. I don't look at them as like, oh man, fuck that, they ain't my kids or they ain't my brothers or my cousins. I look at like it's all the same. We should all look at like community. So that's definitely my favorite song. And the beat's fire too. The beat's like real. It's dope, but it's like sentimental at the same time. You get that feeling from it. Um, the joint with him and Az. Um, I think it's called His Story, My Story, Your Story, My Story, Your Story, something like that. Fire, fire, masterful, um back and forth. It reminds me of Rain Ghost, like how Rain Ghost are, Rain Ghost or Kiss and Styles, that back and forth like every 3-4 bars, and then sometimes every two, every 6 or 8, like just back and forth. They just back and forth like a ping pong. You know, dope, man, fire. That might be one of my favorite songs from them. My favorite song from Nas and AZ's would probably be How You Living. How You Living and The Flyers are probably my favorite songs from them. Probably How You Living is probably my favorite one, but this is easily top 3. If not, yeah, probably like top 3 easily, because you got More Money, More Homicide. So they got a bunch of songs together, but that's probably like that's definitely in my top 3. Masterful writing. Right. Speaking of writing, writers is dope too, because as a writer, um, we it's so much science and so much alchemy that goes into writing, actually getting like a physical a physical notebook. You feel me? A physical notebook and in a pen, and really writing it down, not just being on your iPhone. I do that too. You on your iPhone, writing lyrics or recording into the voice memos and stuff. But actually like writing and really literally bringing your thoughts and putting it down on paper and actually being able to see what's going on in your head. And the alchemy that goes with creating something from darkness and inspiration, and putting it down on paper to creating the song and the project. Um, Beautiful, man. Fire, fire. Another song that I really liked, um, I think it was called Bouquet, where it's basically like a ode to female MCs, female rappers, and he's basically saluting for the rappers from the old to the new to the forgotten. So whether it's Yo Yo, Salt and Pepper, Queen Latifah, um, Sexy Red, Cardi, like all that, just everybody. Like he gave a salute to everybody, every female rapper, because even with me, I had to learn like there's certain rappers and certain artists that I personally don't listen to and I personally don't care for, but at the same time, like we have to we still got to be able to say like, yo, that's their shit. That's theirs. The same way how pardon me. The same way how as time goes on, you can always say, well, oh, that ain't hip hop, that ain't this. Like you had 70s artists that sent it to the 80s artists, you had 80s artists that was saying to the 90s, 90s to 2000, so on and so forth. So it's theirs. Like we gotta still look at them like they're still our own. They're still our children. You feel me? And everything all comes together. It's all it's yin and yang, man. It all comes together. Obviously, I wish that there was more diversity with the younger generation now, like it was back in the days where you had gangster shit, you had party music, you had conscious, you had spiritual, you had all different types, and now it kind of all sounds the same. So I get it, but at the same time, I thought that was still dope that he was able to give a salute to both sides. So to basically like building the bridge between the old and the new. I thought that was pretty fire. So like I said, I'm still digesting the project. I'm still letting it digest. I'm still listening to it. But so far from what I heard, it's really dope. But Sons is definitely my favorite song off of it, man. Salute to Nas, man. Nas is like I said, he's my favorite rapper. He's one of the few people, few prominent people, few prominent celebrities or artists or what have you that I actually would want to meet, if I'm being honest. There's not really too many like famous people that I really would care to meet. I see celebrities, like I see them all the time, especially when I was like living in Atlanta. Even when I'm home, I see them, but I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's so and so. That's you know, that's so and so. That's this person. That's Jadakiss. That's Marlon Wayans. That's this. But you know, I really don't be feeling the need to go talk to him. The last person I actually spoke to that I saw like in person, I had to go say something to was CL Smooth. That's probably the last person. He was cool nigga, real cool. So there's not really too many people that I feel the need to speak to, but that's somebody I would definitely like to speak with and pick his brain. It don't happen. Me and Nas said we'll cross paths. But salute to Nas, man. Salute to him and Primo. That's dope. Now let's get into J Millz and A Verb. Let's get into that. So if you've been following this, if you know what's going on, Millz put foot to ass with Goods and DNA, got them the fuck out of here. No pun intended. So he's salute to Millz, man. Like, niggas was playing with his name, Goods, they was playing with his name. He, got in their ass, like, got at him. Show them niggas like there's levels to this shit. Don't play with my name, nigga. I'm a legend. I got a space here. I got a home here. Like I'm part of the foundation of this battle rap shit. So, salute to him. Now, when all that was going on, Verb was, talking his shit. Salute to Verb. He's in my top 5. I fucks with Verb. Verb's a monster. He was talking his shit as he does. His nigga ain't shit. Like I ain't scared of that nigga. Da, da, da. Verb. He's just talking his shit. This is when him and the Goods thing was going on. So they was going back and forth. Now fast forward, Goods is out here, DNA's out here, and Millz just chilling. Verb is still talking. So Millz is like, yo, like we can rumble. We can get this thing going, nigga. Like my pen ain't sleeping, nigga. We can still do this. So Verb is saying like, all right, we can get this cracking. Millz was like, I'm off all December, and Verb is like, I bet, nigga, I'm gonna crack your fucking head open in December. All right. So it's like the 13th or the 14th or some shit. It's the 13th. So it's the 13th now. I think he said December 2nd. He's like, we can get this shit cracking. So it's been 11 days. And he's just been on Spaces saying, I'm gonna whoop his ass, I'm gonna beat his ass. And Millz just getting irritated with this shit. He's like, yo, you just been talking, nigga. I told you I'm off December. You still ain't said nothing yet. If you don't drop something by Monday, which Monday will be the 15th, if you don't drop something by Monday, like this shit is dead. Here's where I'm at with it. I have a few opinions about this. Where do I start? Okay. I understand Mill's point when he's saying that, you just talking and you ain't dropping nothing. Granted. But Millz said he's off the whole December. You are like, we can get this shit cracking in December. Verb sound will crack your fucking head open in December. We're not even halfway through the month yet. So I get it. Like, you frustrated because he ain't saying nothing, he ain't dropped nothing yet. He's still talking. But then Verb told him, like, look, if you feel away, if you mad that I ain't dropped yet, then shit, come at me. You come at me, nigga. Like, ain't nobody stopping you. Like, like let's get it cracking. I told you I'm gonna get at you when I get at you. If I told you I'm gonna fuck you up in December, like, what difference does it make? Like, we still in the month. Because me being the type of person I am, if someone said if I'm the type of nigga, like, if someone says I'm gonna do something to you, I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna rob you, I'm gonna hurt you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna threatening me, just talking greasy, talking crazy, I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna come at you. I'm not even gonna give you a chance to even come find me and go do what you say. You gonna do what? I'm gonna come find you. I'm not gonna be waiting and pacing, waiting for you to see, look, is he gonna do it? I don't know. Like, where's he at? Like, nah, I'm gonna come find you. So I can vouch. I'm kind of on Verb side with it, where he's like, he's talking his shit and it's entertaining. Like, the space he's doing is actually entertaining. I ain't gonna lie, it's actually very entertaining, and he's actually making a lot of convincing. He's actually making a lot of good points. Like I said, I don't have no money on either one. It's all entertainment for me. But the way I look at it is like, Millz is like, if you don't drop by December 15th, by Monday, like, I'm just not gonna do it. But then I'm confused because let's just say Verb don't drop to the 18th. So is Millz just not gonna respond? Because he said we can get this shit cracking in December. We can get this shit cracking. I'm off December. We can get this shit cracking in December. If Verb chooses to do it on the 18th, are you gonna not respond to it? Let's just say he gets at you and he's just wilding on you. He just wilds on you. Millz can't not respond to that. Even though he says, I'm gonna wait till the 15th, you don't drop something by the 15th when you're doing it, Millz is gonna respond if he drops something the 21st, Millz is gonna respond. He ain't gonna just be like, nah, nigga, you ain't respond fast enough, so you ain't respond when I want you to. Because at the same time, if that was the case, you could have just got up and just did something. And me personally, if I'm just keeping it being, Millz gets busy. Millz is nice. Millz gets busy. If I had to put money, I'm putting money on Verb, if I'm being just completely honest with you, because I'm kind of like in that bad. The type of music I make is kind of like in that vein. It's conscious, it's fly shit. The type of music I make is like conscious, it's fly shit, and it's high energy type of, not high energy as far as like hype, but as far as like the energy, like it's higher level thinking. Not anything too crazy where it's gonna go over your head and you don't get it, but it's not lower level, lower nature type of music. It's high nature, high frequency type of music that's still digestible, that has substance to it, but it's still fly shit. It's still fly. You're still talking that fly shit. You're still talking that shit, but it's still supreme. It's still supreme rapping at the same time, but it's still like, it's still fly. It's fly, but there's a message to it. Like, that's why niggas like Guru, like Nas, I like that type of shit. You talking that fly shit, but it's still gems in it, it's still food for thought in it. Verb just rhymes at a level where I think Verb rhymes at a higher level than Millz, if I'm being completely honest. The thing is that we just want to see it. That's where it gets kind of tricky. Because, and the thing is, like, it's not like Verb is just some nigga that can't rap, or he's ass and he's just talking because it sounds good. He's just good at talking shit. No, Verb can back it up, and his shit's fire. I was bumping Bliss crazy. Excuse me. When Bliss came out, I think that was 2018. And that's how you know when you have a good project, when you can listen to something and you remember exactly where you were. When that shit came out, I remember around that time I was cooling in Miami when that came out. I had just bought my car. It was brand new. It was brand new when I just got it. I'm feeling good, and it was right before I took a trip to Miami, and that shit had dropped then. So I can remember where I was when I heard it. And like I said, high frequency music, and it was just fly shit. I just liked it, you know. Like I think it was around the time when he battled Lux. I think he had just battled Mook and Lux back to back, and then he had just dropped Bliss. So you could tell he was just in a different bag. Then he's the only person. He's the only first and only person to ever do it, and probably will ever do it. That's gonna get Lux. That's gonna get Mook and Lux back to back. You will never see that again. We're never gonna see no shit like that. So Verb is a dog. I got him winning personally if they do collide, if they do clash. We just want to see it. So, and again, and I understand Millz' frustration. I understand. I get it. Like, you know, he ain't dropping, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, you can go find him. You can go just drop the thing, and it's almost like because the thing is like, if anything, Millz is kind of in a position where he would have to get him first, because you just put belt to ass with Goods and DNA. You're up. Ain't no one's fucking with you. Everybody's giving you your props and shit. And Verb is the one that's talking shit. You should, if anything, I would think he would be the one to go at him first. He would go at Verb. If Verb's the one talking shit, he's just talking greasy. And then he made the invitation, and he did his thing. He said what he said at at the fight party, which I didn't really think there was I didn't think that was anything crazy, if I'm being honest. Like the line, I didn't think it was anything crazy. Like it wasn't like some Hot 9-7 like when Hot 9 went on with Jay with the Summer Jam. It wasn't anything like that. It was like, okay, you know. So, but that's neither here nor there. My thing is that I don't think Millz should be looking at it like, oh, if you're gonna drop out the 15th, I'm done with this. Come like, Millz, come on, nigga. If that nigga, if Verb says something, you're not gonna let that nigga talk greasy and say what he's saying, not respond to it. Or maybe he would. I don't know. I'm not that kind of nigga. Like I said, if that nigga's talking greasy, I'm getting at you first, nigga. I'm gonna come at your fucking neck. I'm not gonna give you a chance to be talking greasy and saying you're gonna do what you're gonna do. You ain't doing shit. That you know what that's like? That's almost like if you barking with a nigga, you going back and forth, and nigga says, "Oh, I'm gonna get my gun, I'm gonna kill you," or a nigga threatens you right now, "I'm gonna go tell so and so to kill you," or I'm gonna go and get my gun. Nigga, I'm stomping you on the fucking concrete right there. I'm not giving you a chance to go anywhere. We're gonna handle this shit right here, nigga, and then whatever happens after this. But I'm not giving you a chance to leave. If I don't kill you, if I don't kill you, at the very least, I'm gonna break your fucking face, and I'm gonna stomp you out right here on the concrete, right where you stand. I'm not giving you a chance to go, get your bearings together, whatever that's called. Get your shit together and come up with a game plan. Like, no, nigga, we're gonna handle this right here in real time. You said what you said. We're gonna deal with it right here. I'm not gonna be like, well, he said it, so let's see what happens, and then give you a chance to come spray my shit up, come spray my fucking crib up or whatever. Like, no, we're gonna handle it right here. So that's just where I'm at with it. I personally think Verb. I think it's gonna be entertaining. I don't think he's gonna wash Millz by no means, but I definitely have Verb when I think he just has different levels. I actually gotta play that verse again. Like he was talking, I think it was like one of the first spaces he did when he was talking to 3 Letter Man. He gave him like he was just rapping, and that shit was cold. It was cold. That nigga Verb be talking that shit, man. That nigga he's definitely with the shit. So it ain't like he can't back it up. It's just funny because he's just talking. Because even when he was talking to Banks, like he's really like on spaces heavy, and it's entertaining, bro. I be looking forward to watching them shits. But I'm just hoping that eventually he will drop. And he said he's gonna drop, but he's like, hey, if you mad that I'm coming at your neck, nigga, do something about it, nigga. Come, drop a fucking missile, like do something, But that's neither here nor there. But that's basically it. I just wanted to talk about the Nas and Primo joint that just dropped yesterday, and this whole Millz and Verb thing. Like I said, it's entertaining as fuck. It's entertaining as hell. And I saw Millz joint today. I finally watched it today, the whole joint, when he said we put him on the clock. I don't know. Me personally, I feel like with Millz, like I would just be chilling. I would just be cooling. I would either just strike first and just go ahead, just come at his neck and get this shit cracking, or let Verb do what he does and just wait till he drops like he said he would. And now if we get to January, then you can go talk greasy and call your kinds of bitch ass niggas and you ain't shit and you out here you out here pump faking and shit, you ain't shit. Fine. When the ball drop, we can get there. But Verb said he's gonna do it, nigga. Let that nigga talk his shit, talk greasy, talk to Banks, fucking 3 Letter Man, whoever. Making facts. If he wants to talk shit and say you ain't shit and clown your verses and talk about your gloves and say you ain't shit. Let him say what he's saying, man. Wait till he drop or punch him in his jaw first. I would have punched him in the jaw first. That's just me. I would have just came for your neck right there. But that's just me. But whatever. But that's it, man. Like I said, these Let's Talk Shop joints. We're gonna be doing this every month. We're gonna do this on Mondays. Mondays just feels good to me. When I was thinking about it on Friday, because like I guess I'm getting used to doing these joints ahead, and I got a busy schedule. I be up 15 hours a day, man. I be working, then I be in the gym crazy, and I be going back and forth. I be running around. I be moving, shaking, and popping, man. Out here in these streets, man. I be moving. I'm always working, always on my grind. I just shot visuals today. I just saw some visuals for Small World for Off the Rising. So I'm always busy, man. Always moving, shaking, and popping. Always getting to it as you should as well. So yeah, man. That's more or less it. I'ma holler at y'all next week, and we gonna get to it. Like I said, more freestyles, visuals, everything is coming. I'm just finding my groove with this, man. I'm still getting my legs with this. I'm used to just only strictly thinking about just strictly doing music. So now I'm getting used to actually like mixing it up as far as like, doing this thing, doing my vlogs and doing other content. So, we moving and shaking, man. But, peace, love, and light. Keep striving, keep thriving, keep working. And stay consistent, man. Love y'all. Peace to my subscribers. Like I said, whether you true here, whether you new here, you're just strolling through here. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and yeah, man. Tap in, get a part of this shit, man. We moving. Peace. Love y'all.